you grow up? What area?
Elwood.
You grew up in Elwood.
Yeah,
Did you go to Elwood College?
Free Palestine, motherfucker!
How do you feel about the Druze now in Syria? Do you support them?
Say again?
The Druze in Syria.
I'm not talking about that right now.
Why aren't you talking about them? Is it because it's not Palestinians? You can't blame the Jews for the attacks on the Druze. They're getting slaughtered now. Why don't you care about that? You are the biggest hypocrite because you don't care about children. You don't care about civilians. You don't care about women. You don't care about any of that unless you can blame the Jews. Do you think white Australians ask for it if they get attacked by Aboriginal terrorists? Yes or no? Looking at history, using your own logic.
Tell me what the attack looks like.
Over the weekend, I hit the streets of St Kilda to ask locals what they think of the state of Victoria. And of course, I brought Big Daniel, my bodyguard, because as you'll see in this video and the next few that I'll be releasing in the next couple of days, so make sure you hit the subscribe and tap that notification bell. Not everyone's a fan of my work. I know, shocking. So if you value what I do, getting out there, having the tough conversations, the mainstream media avoids, please consider chipping in to help cover the growing security costs at protectavi.com. Your support is what keeps these reports going. So there I am, interviewing a young man, when less than a minute in, I'm rudely interrupted.
The current state in Victoria, I mean, it's okay. It's a bit expensive. I mean, like, the cost of living and everything, but I'm still living at home, so...
How old are you?
I'm 21. Yeah.
Do you see yourself ever moving out of home?
Yeah, in like a year or two maybe, but I'm just trying to save up right now, travel a little bit.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Bali. I'm half Balinese, so yeah, just go like maybe stay up there for a few months with family.
Hold on, you're half Balinese. How did you get so bloody tall? Because I've been to Bali many times.
Yeah.
Everybody's shorter than me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm half German as well, so that's where I get the height from. Like,
Those bloody Germans, they always win in the end.
Germans, bro.
No, they don't. They don't.
No,
They don't. Where'd you grow up? What area?
Elwood.
You grew up in Elwood.
Yeah,
Did you go to Elwood College?
Free Palestine, motherfucker!
How you doing, brother? Let's talk.
Free Palestine, mate.
Okay, so what do you want? Who do you want to free Palestine from?
The Israelis.
Not from Hamas?
No.
How do you feel about the Druze now in Syria? Do you support them?
Say again?
The Druze in Syria.
I'm not talking about that right now.
Why aren't you talking about them? Is it because it's not Palestinians? You can't blame the Jews for the attacks on the Druze. They're getting slaughtered now. Why don't you care about that?
The Jewish people are fine.
Why don't
It's
you
the
care?
Israeli state I have a problem with.
Yeah, so 95% of Jews. Got it. But let me ask you, why don't you care about the Druze right now getting slaughtered in Syria?
We're not talking about that. We're talking
I
about
know we're
Palestine
not.
right now.
That's-
so why
that-
are you trying
that's
to
my
change the subject when you can't defend yourself because you know you're wrong.
I can defend myself. My question
So
is,
go on
why
then.
do you
Defend-
only care about
defend the
one
murder of
issue?
children then, you motherfucker.
I'm not defending the murder of children, am I?
No, but try.
He didn't want to talk about the real genocide happening in the Middle East while we were speaking, where minority Druze and Christians are being butchered in Syria. Either he doesn't know about it, or he just didn't care because he couldn't blame the Jews. So what did he do? Exactly what he accused me of. He deflected right back to his obsession with the only Jewish state. But unlike him, I'm happy to talk about all of it. And when I did, he ditched the debate and went straight back to his initial taunts.
Listen, you want to actually have a good faith conversation about what's actually happening? What do you think Israel should have done? What should
you keep changing the topic when you realise that you're being called out on the Israeli state murdering children, you motherfucker.
No, I'm just pointing out that you are the biggest hypocrite because you don't care about children, you don't care about civilians, you don't care about women, you don't care about any of that unless you can blame the Jews. Why do you hate Jews so much?
Free Palestine, free
Why do you hate
Palestine,
Jews?
free Palestine. I don't hate Jews. Some of my best friends are Jews.
Oh, surely that old trick, eh?
Yeah.
My best friend's a Jew. I can't be.
Yeah.
Why did the
But
tolerant?
he also hates Israel, mate.
Why did
He
the
also
tolerant
hates
left?
Israel.
Why the tolerant left suddenly okay with I have a black friend?
It's nothing to do with that.
Yeah, it has everything to do with that. Remember, these are the same people who've spent years telling us that saying I have a black friend doesn't shield you from being racist. But suddenly, they all cling to the tiniest group of fringe self-hating Jews to hide their disdain for the only Jewish state. It's literally their tactic. And a few minutes later, I actually had a much calmer, but just as revealing conversation with another self-proclaimed leftist who told me I have Jewish friends, but then admitted the only Jews they like are the ones who hate Israel.
I mean, I know a lot of good Jewish people that hate what's going on, for example.
Can there be good Jewish people that support Israel, or do you write those Jews off?
I'm writing them off at the moment.
Let that sink in. But credit to him, at least he was honest. They write off 95 to 97% of Jews who support the only Jewish state on earth. Anyway, make sure to hit the subscribe and tap that notification bell so you don't miss that full conversation with that man when we release it in the coming days. But for now, back to our tolerant friend who I'm sure has plenty of Jewish friends.
Why suddenly is it okay to say I have a black friend to excuse your Jew hatred?
Because there's a difference between Jews and Israelis. The Israeli government are who I have a problem with, not Jewish people.
So do you care about the Jews that were killed on October 7?
Yeah, of course I do.
So what would you have wanted Israel to do to ensure it doesn't happen again and to free the hostages?
Well, Israel knew that attack was coming and let it happen as an excuse so they could go commit genocide.
Oh, so you're doing that old trick of blaming the victims for their attack. That's like going to a rape victim.
You're calling Israelis the victims.
On
That
October
is
7.
rich.
On October 7, you're saying they weren't the victims?
That is rich, mate.
And there you have it. Even on October 7, before Israel lifted a single finger in response, these radical anti-Western extremists called it rich to label Jews as victims. Remember, we're talking about Hamas terrorists going door to door, hunting Jews to murder, rape, burn alive, behead, or kidnap. But apparently, in their twisted worldview, Jews can never be the victim. So, since that card's off the table for these so-called anti-racists, I figured I'd try appealing to another minority that he'll maybe pretend to care about.
Free Palestine.
So do you want me to tell you about the Druze situation as well so you can care about another issue?
Oh, go
So
for
in
it, mate.
Syria right now, as we're speaking, there is like a October 7 style attack happening to a minority
Okay, cool.
called the Druze that you don't know about because you don't care. And why? Do you ask yourself why you don't care about the Druze? Why you don't even know who they are?
No, I don't. Mate, you are a fucking wanker. I've seen plenty of your work. You're a fucking piece of shit. You're supporting a genocide. Go fuck yourself.
Which piece of my work is your favourite?
Hey?
Which piece of my work is your favourite?
Oh, I don't have a favourite, mate. They're all pieces of shit.
So why is it have you ever like advocated for any actual genocides before? Or is it just when the Jews are involved, you're suddenly passionate about it?
Yeah,
Which other genocides have you talked about?
the Aboriginal genocide's pretty fucking bad too in Australia.
So do
What
you
do
think,
you think about that? Because I've seen you like arcing up at protesters at Invasion Day parades as well.
No, so I think that's a good
So
question.
You
So
seem
do you
to be
think
on the side of people committing genocide every time?
so that's
Is
a
that
good
what you
question. That's a good question I have for you. So if an Aboriginal terrorist group conducted an October 7, is that justified?
God.
Is
Oh
that
my
justified?
God, that is the most
Would that be
ridiculous
justified?
shit I've ever
Why?
heard.
You're saying it's the same thing.
Aboriginal
Is it October? No, I'm just asking you.
Can you
Is it the
stop
same?
following me? It's becoming harassment now, mate. Go f***
Mate,
yourself.
you're the one that interrupted my interview.
Your interview, mate.
So do you think it's justified? Because you're saying it's the same as Israel. I'm just trying
I'm
to
saying
understand.
things like when people went and knocked down statues of Captain Cook. Yeah, it's justified.
No. But you've justified October 7th. So I want to know. You're saying that there's a genocide. Genocide happened here. So would you justify? Do you think Australians have asked for it as well? You said Israel.
Yeah,
Look at history.
No, the British have. Yeah, absolutely. they have.
Australians, you're white Australian. Did you ask for it? If you
You don't know my ethnic background.
sure. Do you think white Australians ask for it if they get attacked by Aboriginal terrorists? Yes or no? Looking at history, using your own logic.
Tell me what the attack looks like.
Insane. His answer to whether he'd oppose a Hamas-style attack on Australia depended on how gory the attack would be, which only proves what I've been saying for years. These people hate white Australians as much as they hate the Jews in Israel.
You need to know what the rape, the beheading, the kidnap. You want to? Do you want graphic?
Nothing
Detail on
justifies rape and beheading, but that's what the Israelis are doing to children in Palestine.
So why did you justify Hamas's one?
Let's be crystal clear. Israel doesn't rape and behead children. Hamas does. His heroes do.
Do you deny it happened? Are you one of those that denies it even happened?
No, I'm saying the Israelis knew it was happening and allowed it to happen so they could commit genocide and justify it for themselves.
At this point, I wasn't going to keep re-arguing the basics. There's no winning. Because in the twisted minds of these anti-Australian, anti-Jewish extremists, the Jews somehow knew it was coming and they deserved it anyways. So I pivoted. Even if you believe those lies, what's your excuse for defending the actual men, individually or collectively, who carried out mass rapes, especially coming from the side that shouted, "Believe all women," for so many years?
Does that take away the agency from the Palestinian rapists that did, and the kidnappers? Does it take away the agency from them?
What about the Israelis that are raping people in Palestine?
No one's doing that. Show me a
They
credible
were
report.
letting fucking dogs rape people.
You make
Yeah,
that up.
they-
You've
no, I did
completely
not make
made that up.
No, I
but
haven't.
but when there's actual footage of Hamas doing it, you're denying it.
I don't want to talk to you. F off. Free Palestine, free Palestine.
You
free
shouldn't have
Palestine,
interrupted my
free
interview.
Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. Get out of my fucking face, you fucking piece of shit.
He learned from Hamas perfectly. Launch an unprovoked attack, then cry victim when someone dares to push back. But before he scurried off, I pinned down his hypocrisy one last time. This is someone who'll defend a 65,000-year Indigenous claim to Australia with zero evidence, yet mocks 3,000-year proven Jewish connection to Israel, backed by archaeology, history, and geography.
Who are the indigenous people of Israel?
Palestinians.
How are they indigenous? Can you tell me? Point,
mate, get out of my
point to
fucking
me a
grill.
time. Point to me. Oh, he's so sensitive. Interrupts an interview and then suddenly runs away. Says that I can't answer anything. He's literally, this is leftist hate. Jew hatred. That is anti-Semitism. That is why. That is the reason our state has fallen so far, because we've let the extremist left, the loony left, who have an unholy alliance with jihadis, who rewrite history, who don't actually, they're inconsistent. When you ask them to justify, when you ask them about October 7th, they will justify it in the same way that you could then apply it to Australia. But as soon as you point it out, they realise Australians will wake up to their hatred and their bigotry.
If you enjoyed watching me expose this leftist, make sure to like, comment, and share this video so more people can see what's really driving the hatred of Israel and the Jews on our streets and where it's heading. And if you're able, please head over to protectavi.com and chip in what you can. Sadly, I can't even do this job safely anymore without Daniel watching my back. Every dollar helps keep us on the street doing the work that matters. Protectavi.com. Help us and we'll do the rest.